What's going on, guys? Massive updates for Terra Luna Classic. We saw some pretty bullish moves both from Binance today, as well as an update on Interstation that I haven't seen anyone else talking about, but it is big news and we need to talk about it in this video. So if you are holding Luna Classic and you are riding this baby like the rest of us, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. Keep up to date with everything going on in the crypto markets as well as Luna Classic. But boy, do we need to get into this video, because let me tell you, this one is interesting. Quick look at the market: 2.05% up, 1.05 trillion. Bitcoin took a pretty big move up actually in the last sort of 15-20 minutes, up to over 23.1k ahead of the FOMC and the European banking announcements. Now let's get into this. Binance today coming in clutch once again for Terra Luna Classic. This was the old site you would have seen if you were trading Luna over on Binance. The same applied to Luna Classic and USDC, and it said, risk warning, this token has been the subject of negative news stroke coverage recently, i.e. it depegged. We all know the story. Now, what's even more exciting is, as of right now, here is the Luna Classic on Binance. That warning label has subsequently been removed. Therefore, people can trade Luna Classic openly. Now, if you're in cryptocurrency, you've definitely heard of Luna Classic, but this is a sentiment. It is a statement. It is absolutely normality returning to Luna Classic and USDC. Now, we have some pretty exciting things coming. What with the proposal repeg, albeit we need to take a quick look at that as we get into this video in a little bit more detail. But we did then see on the back of that news quite a good price move. You can see here on the day up 3.8%. We saw a big sell-off across the wider market yesterday, but we are in this channel as we test this trend line at the bottom 3-4 times. We could see a bounce up. It's all going to depend on that sentiment out of the FOMC and those European markets. Likewise, you can see with USDC had a big spike today, spiked all the way up to the 27 range, subsequently has always fallen back, but 15.9%, so pretty strong across the Luna ecosystem on the back of that Binance news and as we anticipate the FOMC meetings. Now, what else are we seeing? Well, here is the forget all these airdrops nonsense. Here is the Ziggy repeg. Now, interestingly, we can't quite see the validators and their view just yet, but you can see here that there is actually a significant amount voting no as well as voting yes. This one, in my opinion, doesn't look like it's going to pass. Now, it was a very well thought out plan. I actually quite liked it. I think the trouble with it was, like I said in my video, that it was kind of non-committal. It was all very hypothetical and it relied on certain things being delivered, as opposed to, I guess, a true pattern and deliberate journey that we can follow to ensure that this was delivered. So time will tell. It's all dependent on who's voted, what validators have gone for, and as we get this information, I'm sure to share it with you. But as it stands right now, with 5 days left to go, the UST repeg from Ziggy will not take place. Now, what was the other news I had? And again, I think this is quite a big thing, but I've not seen it on anyone else's channel. I've not seen anyone else talking about it. But again, it's kind of what we signed up for. It's probably one of the most exciting parts of Terra Luna Classic as we integrate much more with the Interstation wallet and, more importantly, with those TFL people. Now, if we go over to stake as an example, and we can see we have the Crescent blockchain as well as the Classic, the first of those IBC connections that we have. Now, we did get Mars blockchain link into Terra as it stands into the Interchain wallet, another ecosystem. But this is fantastic that from the Terra Classic station, we can access the Classic and Crescent blockchains. We can also see it here on history. Now, again, this is still to be built out and they are working on this, but we can see Classic and Crescent. So I think for me, that is a pretty big statement. We have our first IBC connection that we can access through Interchain wallet. And for me, I think that is pretty exciting news, albeit all in all. So, you know, we'll see as they kind of come online. Like I said, Mars is also being integrated as well as a number of other chains. So we'll certainly start to get that as time goes on. Taking a look into it, you can see a couple of the interesting stats. We are outperforming Bitcoin by 2.5%. We are back to the 50th largest ranked cryptocurrency out there. Again, 1706. Volume 123.9 million as we head into that March burn from Binance. Pretty exciting. The fact they've taken that warning off, for me, tells me they want to try and drive some volume into Luna Classic, and I, for one, am certainly appreciative of that. Market cap currently sits at 1.01 billion. Now, remember, you've got to bear this in mind that our circulating supply continues to come down. We are seeing this more and more start to come down. So 5.968 trillion coins is where we currently sit. Remember, total supply is 6.8, and the best way to look at this, we'll head on over to Lunc Penguins. We can see here Currently 13.86% is staked, so we know we've got a significant amount over. Our burns, not quite as aggressive as we'd seen. We did get a cremation coin burning 16.5 million Lunar Classic there on the 31st, albeit we still look to burn a significant amount more. Getting rid of that supply, as well as continuing to build out and build more applications over on Terra Classic. But like we said, big news from those Binance tweets. No more warning signs. The market absolutely responded to that as well. Some big things coming Lunar Classic. Fed meeting, European banks. Let's see what the week brings for us in cryptocurrency, but certainly going to be an interesting one. Let's see exactly where Lunar Classic sits. Let me know in the comments down below. I want to know, how many basis points do you think we're getting tomorrow? Do you think it's 25? Do you think it's 50? Could it even be 0? The markets will depend certainly on what comes out, and more importantly, on Jerome Powell's view. So if you want to be here, we're going to be live for it in the Discord. Join, link in the description. Also, if you want to grab yourself some cheaper trading fees and really trade the markets, get over to Mexi, use the link in the description and sign up over there for 30% potentially off your trading fees. As ever, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one.